video is going to show a little sneak preview of what I get up to on the History channel. I'll explain more in the previous video, which I have uploaded on the same day, so if you want to go check out that video to explain what it is in part 1, I will leave a link in the cards. And until then, I hope you enjoyed the video narrated by Philippa on the SS Cymric. Welcome to History Inside a Nutshell, the show where we sail into our port of call discussing maritime history.
If you think about a ship that has the shortest story about her while struggling to find out more information on the internet, the SS Cymric would be the dream ship a maritime enthusiast would answer. However, if you play detective and click the pages of Google to find her, an enthusiast would release that the SS Cymric's history is more exciting than they think. Although she's not impressive as modern cruise liners or her younger sisters in the Olympic-class liners, Titanic, Britannic and Olympic, she has had an active career at sea. She served in 2 wars, saving lives, surviving disasters before being hit by German tornado. This is the fascinating story of SS Cymric. In the 1890s, the White Star Line was thriving. Customers began to travel on their ships, which resulted in the rise of bookings. In response to this change, the company had decided to move on from building ships for speed to building new ships to give comfortable and luxurious accommodations and rooms. The company also saw a dramatic change with the death of its managing director, Thomas Ismay. The SS Cymric was Thomas's last project before his death. Soon afterwards, his son Bruce Ismay took his father's position from then until 1913. Ismay would manage the White Star Line. Towards the end of the decade, construction for the SS Cymric began, but during his period, the ship caused contention with the White Star Line, and designers at Harland and Wolff, SS Cymric was originally built for livestock and passenger accommodation, but only for first-class passengers. So plans for the ship changed, and instead of storage for use for livestock, the compartments were turned into rooms for third-class passengers. When she was launched in October 1897, the SS Cymric's length was 178.44 metres, and her gross register tops was 12,552. She had also had small and low-powered machinery, and her top speed was 15 knots. Nonetheless, she was designed to perfection during her lifetime. SS Cymric became a popular and profitable ship, which was good news for the White Star Line. She completed a maiden voyage from Liverpool to New York successfully in 1898, and by 1903 she transferred to sail on the Liverpool to Boston route. In 1899, she made 2 voyages serving a troop and cargo transport ship during the Boer War. In 1900, an incident broke out when a fire was discovered in the hold. Somehow the forward hatch had been lifted. When the fire broke out, it was the result of a spontaneous combustion. The fire has been difficult to control, but the engineers cut the holes of the hatch through that allowed a stream of water. Despite burning for 36 hours, the fire has been controlled, and there were no casualties or deaths. A year later, the SS Cymric was involved in a collision with another liner, the Career Prince of the Prince line. This had occurred in the River Mersey when, in the heavy fog, a strong tide drove Cymric towards the Crown Prince, damaging the Cymric's quarter deck, and she had a hole in her stern. Luckily, no one was hurt. In 1908, SS Cymric, so the captain and 36 crew members, after another ship, the SS Cuthbert, was on fire off the coast of Nova Scotia. When the World War I had begun, the SS Cymric had been called back to service as a troop ship where she transported soldiers from Britain to the UK. In 1915, she delivered 17,000 tons of from New York to Liverpool. In April 1916, the SS Cymric sailed from New York heading to Liverpool, carrying 112 people with her on board. SS Cymric had 106 crew members and 6 passengers from British Consular Service on 8th of May. SS Cymric was halfway through her journey when she received a surprise. Although the crew member didn't see it coming, Cymric under 20 was sailing 140 miles west of Fastnet Rock in Ireland. During the U-20 participated in operations in the British Isles. During her year there, 36 ships, whether they were troop ships or cruise liners, carried important cargo that proved vital to the British, French, and Russian, Danish, Spanish, and Italian government, and the Portuguese Navy. A year before U-20 had sunk, the Cunard liner, the Licenia, which was sinking, had claimed 193 lives, actually caused a turning point. But before the Americans declared war on the German Empire, U-20 was still in the British Isles, waiting for her next victims. Off Fastnet Rock, she had found her next target. With 3 direct hits, U-20 had sunk SS Cymric. Inside the SS Cymric port side, there were detonated explosions. Explosion in the engine room killed 4 crew members during the sinking. Chef Steward K.B. Malcolm fell into sea during the explosion and drowned. Although the crew believed she was sinking very fast, she sank slowly. SS Cymric took 11 hours and 30 minutes to sink, and a miracle had occurred. When it came to receiving help, as the crew was sent wireless messages into battery power when the ship's power went on. SS Cymric sank on the 9th of May with only 5 souls lost. More on her location is known. The SS Cymric wreck is waiting to be discovered. Although she is overlooked and forgotten by history, the SS Cymric is a remarkable ship. Her story is one that probably had the most more disasters than the RMS Olympic. It's hard to be given the comparison size. However, she had some highlights during her nearly 20-year career during her duty to the country, being the first class passengers to the New World to make a new life in the States. Personally, her story needs to be told for future generations. There's hope that one day the wreck will be found, but until then, all we can do is dive deeper and appreciate the ship for who she truly is.
A really massive thank you to my friend Philippa for narrating this week's video. If you enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe for more historical content. Until next time, this has been History Inside a Nutshell, departing from the docks. Thank you so much for all of your support and enjoy the rest of your voyage.